Hey Shannon, it's been 5 years, right?
Who is this?
Huh? You know me, right? Stop joking around. We miraculously reunited today, didn't we?
What are you talking about? Please tell me your name or I won't know what you're talking about.
Fine, I'll tell you. It's me, Tariq.
Huh?
Your ex-husband, Tariq?
How do you have my account information?
You seriously? You don't know yet? You came to the entrance ceremony at the kindergarten yesterday, right?
The entrance ceremony? Your child goes to the same kindergarten as mine?
Yep, she's my second child. It seems that my daughter is in a different class as your daughter, though. But it seems like a child of my wife's friend is in the same class as your child, so you must have exchanged contact information with her. She gave your contact information to my wife, which is how I got it.
Could you not hand out my contact information like that?
Calm down. I have no intention of getting back together with you or something. My wife knows I have your contact information, so there's no need to worry.
Your wife is Sarah, right? The woman you cheated on me with 5 years ago, which was the cause of our divorce and also an old friend of mine. It's obvious she finds the situation hilarious.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, I think it's hilarious as well.
Don't contact me anymore.
What?
I guess it can't be helped if we see each other at the kindergarten, but I have no intention of being friendly with you two. Bye.
This gets more and more hilarious the more I think about it. If you, who is infertile, were at the kindergarten, then that must mean that you married someone who already had children.
Huh?
Even if you come to the entrance ceremony pretending to be a mother, it's not your actual child, so it's a bit funny thinking about it.
So you still think I'm infertile?
But you couldn't bear a child in the 3 years that we were together, right? Mom said that if a woman can't bear a child in 3 years, then she must be infertile.
But I never even got myself tested for infertility. It must have just been bad timing.
But the truth is that you couldn't have a child, which means that you're infertile. You knew this, and that's why you married a single father, right?
I'm my husband's first wife, and the child that was born between us is also his first child.
Stop being delusional.
I'm delusional?
Yeah, these are the sad fantasies of a woman who can't give birth. You really are strange.
Fine. Our children go to the same kindergarten, so we'll probably see each other again whether we want to or not. So I'll tell this to you now to prevent any misunderstandings in the future.
What is it?
I've already given birth to 3 children.
Huh?
My eldest son, who's 3 years old, the one who came to the entrance ceremony yesterday, and 2 twin daughters who were half a month ago.
Huh? You're infertile but have 3 children? That means your husband had 3 children with his previous wife, right? Stop making weird excuses. It's confusing.
I gave birth to all 3 of them.
But you're infertile and...
I told you that I gave birth after we divorced. Do you not understand that what I'm trying to say is that I'm not infertile?
Huh? You gave birth to them?
Yes, that's what I told you multiple times. Oh, and it's not like I underwent some sort of infertility treatment. I gave birth to them naturally.
Then why didn't you get pregnant in the 3 years you were married to me?
Why are you asking me that?
Tell me.
All I know is that there were no problems with my body. You think about what other possibilities there might have been. Goodbye.
Because of you, my wife took my children and went to her parents' house.
What? Don't get me involved in your fights, please.
I'm not involving you. This is your fault. I wanted to find out whether you had actually given birth to your son, so I dropped off and picked up my child to and from kindergarten as much as possible so I could have a chance to meet you.
Oh, you're talking about 10 days after the entrance ceremony, right? I was with my husband, right?
Yes, that husband. I tried to talk to you, but as I tried to approach, he suddenly appeared from behind your back. I thought I had seen him before, and so I looked closely at his face, which is when I noticed that he was the executive director at my office.
Apparently, I only found out when he told me after we got married.
I know that he has a son the same age as my daughter. When I heard that his wife gave birth to twin daughters a few months ago, does that mean that what you were saying was true?
I see. So that's why you ran off without even talking to me, your face pale. I haven't seen you since, but I'm not complaining.
Something terrible has happened to me.
What?
I did a bit of research after that and found out that men being infertile is more common than I thought. I did a DNA test with my child. The result was, well, he was my child.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah, but my wife found that I had done a DNA test behind her back, and she got furious at me for suspecting her of cheating.
Oh, and that's why she took your children and went to her parents' house. But I don't see how that has anything to do with me.
If you hadn't said anything strange, I would have never have done a DNA test.
Wouldn't this have never happened if you never bothered me in the first place?
Then why did you reply to my text?
Because you still insisted that I was infertile, and you even said that my husband was a single father or something. Don't you think it was only natural for me to get annoyed and correct you?
But you were supposed to be infertile.
You were just being delusional. If you have the time to complain to me like this, then why don't you make up with your wife instead? Bye.
This is so unfair. You're so much less attractive than me, but you're the wife of an executive director? And to think that he works at the same company as Tariq. To think that you would get married with someone even better than Tariq after he threw you away. I stole Tariq from you, only for you to find someone even better. Unfair! That's so unfair. I'm gonna steal this new husband of yours.
I can't do this anymore.
Huh?
My family's on the verge of collapse again.
Oh, you're talking about how Sarah tried to seduce my husband into going to a hotel together, right? I heard that Sarah was a newly hired part-time worker at you and my husband's client company. Apparently, my husband filed a complaint, so it's only a matter of time before she gets fired, though.
What is this? Ever since I met you at the kindergarten again, my life has been crumbling apart piece by piece.
You're making this my fault again? Is this a hobby of yours or something?
Why did you put your child into that kindergarten? Did you do it on purpose? You were jealous of me and Sarah, and
I don't have enough time on my hands for such stupid matters.
you're saying this is stupid?
Yes, no matter how you look at it.
What?
Why don't you calm down and think about this logically? It just happened to be the case that we enrolled our children in the same kindergarten. I didn't do anything to you. Do you understand that?
Uh-oh.
Which means that if you hadn't went out of your way to get my contact information just to annoy me, this never would have happened. Don't make me repeat myself over and over.
Shannon, I turned in my divorce papers earlier, so could you get divorced as well and get back together with me?
Huh?
Let's just give custody of our children to our current partners and give birth to children of our own. It seems that neither of us are infertile, so you were getting a bit old to give birth, but you can handle one more, right?
Jesus, will you seriously never leave me alone?
What?
It's been medically proven that too much stress makes it more difficult to have children.
What? What are you trying to say?
Don't you get it?
Huh?
You bothering me like this all the time is a huge source of stress. Your parents were the same when they were living with us.
My parents?
Yes, they were just like you. Every time I met them, the first thing they would say was, "Give us a grandchild." They would tell me this more than a dozen times each day, which almost drove me to insanity.
But they never said that to Sarah.
Of course they didn't.
What?
You have an older child, right? Sarah got pregnant with this child, which is also why you divorced me. They wouldn't tell her to give birth to a grandchild if she already did, would they? Judging by what you said earlier, it seems that Sarah got custody of the child, so if I were to marry you again, I would be thrust back into the same hell as before with them telling me to give them a grandchild over and over. Why would I do that?
Fine, I'll keep an eye on them and make sure they don't say that to you anymore.
But I have no intention of divorcing my husband, and I have no intention of letting go of my children either.
What? Really?
Why did you even think that I want to get back together with you in the first place? There's no chance no matter how you look at it.
Yeah, but if the two of us loved each other enough...
I lost my last ounce of love for you when I found out you cheated on me with Sarah.
What? Then what should I do now? I already got divorced.
I don't know.
Just open the front door, will you?
What?
I came to pick you up. I know that the executive director doesn't go to work on Mondays. This is our chance to make an escape without being bothered. Come on, I'm outside the backyard. I can come in if I break the window in the living room. Hold on. If I could just get a hold of you for a day, then you'll have no choice but to get divorced.
Are you an idiot?
Huh? Is that how you talk to your husband?
If the executive director doesn't go to work on Mondays, then he isn't at the office now, right?
Yeah, that's why...
Then doesn't that mean there's a high probability that he's currently at home? In fact, he is.
Huh?
Apparently he's going to tell the company about this.
No way.
We already called the police, by the way.
I hear sirens.
There's no use trying to run anymore. Goodbye. I didn't expect that he would try and break in our house and get caught by the police. Not long after that, Tyreek was fired from his job. We received an alimony from Tyreek and Sarah, and after that placed a restraining order on them. I haven't seen them since. Apparently, both of their families got involved in a fight over who would get custody of their children. Since neither of the parents were functioning adults, the grandparents of the children had to settle things for them. Each family would gain custody of one child, and they would be adopted by relatives. The relatives of both Tyreek and Sarah cut ties with their families. It seems the 6 of them, Tyreek, Sarah, and their 4 parents, all are currently unemployed. There are eyewitness accounts saying that they were living together under a bridge, but it's uncertain where they really went.
Hey, Mark. Right? This is Pam. It's been a while, hasn't it?
Huh? Pam?
Great. You remember me. What a relief.
Remember you? Are you kidding me? What the hell do you want? You really have nerve contacting me. After what you pulled? So you two-time me and take off with all of our savings. And you have the gall to contact me?
Come on. That was 5 years ago. And I really feel bad about that. But don't you remember? I always said I missed you. But you were always working back then, never even giving me the time of day.
Oh, so you invite a guy you're having an affair with to our house? Let me make one thing clear. I will never forgive you for what you did.
I know you'll never forgive me. I don't expect you to. Besides, that's not why I contacted you.
How did you get my line address anyway?
Never mind that. Just hear me out. I need to talk to you about your mother.
Huh?
I think I'm pretty sure, but I think I found your mother.
Huh? Come on, LOL. My mother?
That's right.
How am I supposed to believe that?
I knew you would say that, but please just hear me out. I'm not 100% sure, but... I'm doing nursing work right now. There's this 60-year-old colleague that works with me at the hospital. Her name is Mary Ann Johnson. Johnson was your mother's maiden name, right?
Yeah, but there are a lot of Johnsons around.
Anyway, you told me once before, but I wasn't sure. Mary Ann said she was married once before. I asked her if she had a son, and she said she had a son named Mark.
No, that can't be right. Are you joking around with me?
A real coincidence, huh? I wasn't sure if I should tell you or not. But when we were married, you always told me how you wanted to see her again. I knew you didn't want to hear from me, but I figured I should. I know it's too late to say this, but what I did to you was despicable. I don't blame you at all for hating me.
Yeah, sorry for snapping at you before even listening to you.
I don't blame you for chewing me out. I mean, your cheating ex-wife contacts you after 5 years? I would be pissed too. I'm really sorry. So about this, what should we do? Do you want to meet her?
Yeah, I would, but... I mean, I guess. Sorry, this is all so sudden. I don't know what to make of it. Can you give me a little time to think it over? She left us when I was like 10 and just disappeared, so... Maybe she has no intention of seeing me.
Yeah, I understand. I haven't said anything to Marianne about this, so don't worry. Like it never happened. Just think about it, and when you make up your mind, drop me a line.
Yeah, that would be great. Thanks for contacting me about this.
Please, no need to thank me. After all that I put you through, I know you despise me, and I really feel guilty for what I did. If you decide you want to meet her, I'll just give Marianne your contact info, and you guys can work it out yourselves. Hey, Mark. Right? This is Pam. It's been a while, hasn't it?
Huh? Pam?
Great. You remember me. What a relief.
Remember you? Are you kidding me? What the hell do you want? You really have nerve contacting me. After what you pulled? So you two-time me and take off with all of our savings. And you have the gall to contact me?
Come on, that was 5 years ago, and I really feel bad about that. But don't you remember? I always said I missed you, but you were always working back then, never even giving me the time of day.
Oh, so you invite a guy you're having an affair with to our house? Let me make one thing clear. I will never forgive you for what you did.
I know you'll never forgive me. I don't expect you to. Besides, that's not why I contacted you.
How did you get my line address anyway?
Never mind that. Just hear me out. I need to talk to you about your mother.
Huh?
I think I'm pretty sure, but I think I found your mother.
Huh? Come on, LOL. My mother?
That's right.
How am I supposed to believe that?
I knew you would say that, but please just hear me out. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm doing nursing work right now. There's this 60-year-old colleague that works with me at the hospital. Her name is Marianne Johnson. Johnson was your mother's maiden name, right?
Yeah, but there are a lot of Johnsons around.
Anyway, you told me once before, but I wasn't sure. Marianne said she was married once before. I asked her if she had a son, and she said she had a son named Mark.
No, that can't be right. Are you joking around with me?
A real coincidence, huh? I wasn't sure if I should tell you or not. But when we were married, you always told me how you wanted to see her again. I knew you didn't want to hear from me, but I figured I should. I know it's too late to say this, but what I did to you was despicable. I don't blame you at all for hating me.
Yeah, sorry for snapping at you before even listening to you.
I don't blame you for chewing me out. I mean, your cheating ex-wife contacts you after 5 years? I would be pissed too. I'm really sorry. So about this, what should we do? Do you want to meet her?
Yeah, I would, but I mean, I guess. Sorry, this is all so sudden. I don't know what to make of it. Can you give me a little time to think it over? She left us when I was like 10 and just disappeared, so maybe she has no intention of seeing me.
Yeah, I understand. I haven't said anything to Marianne about this, so don't worry. Like it never happened. Just think about it, and when you make up your mind, drop me a line.
Yeah, that would be great. Thanks for contacting me about this.
Please, no need to thank me. After all that I put you through, I know you despise me, and I really feel guilty for what I did. If you decide you want to meet her, I'll just give Marianne your contact info, and you guys can work it out yourselves.
I thought it was kind of weird you never answered the phone. I ask you if I can call and you decline. Every time. Once I hear your voice, well, it's game over, right? Nice try, though.
No, you got it all wrong. Your mom really existed, and she was not sure how she should converse with you, so she asked me to act on her behalf. Yeah, that's it. I was texting you on her behalf.
You really got nerve to keep up this charade! Like I said, my mother died. My lawyer contacted me last week and informed me that she passed away and left me everything. What proof do you have? I was looking through her belongings and found all my childhood documents. There were a bunch of photos of my mother in there too. Do you have a photo of this person you purport to be my mother?
I don't know anything about it. All I did was act as a go-between for you and your mother, that's all.
So, you're still gonna act dumb. Alright then. The reason I didn't contact you these past few weeks is because I was doing a little background check on you. Well, first off, you had an affair and took off with all of our savings. I heard you remarried, but then you cheated on the guy. Is it true? The guy is demanding that you pay him compensation for cheating on him. In addition, you had some huge debt that your husband didn't even know about. So you came up with this scheme to pretend to be my long-lost mother so you could con me out of money. Is that about right?
How could you? Snoop around and check my background? What are you, some kind of perverted weirdo?
Now, who's the weirdo here? Pretending to be my mother? Making up the story that my father had an affair? Then trying to con your ex-husband out of some cash? You found out I became successful, and that's why you approached me. That was some scheme you came up with.
Yeah, well, it almost worked. I tried anyway, to con a jerk like you. I didn't figure you would be so easily duped. Man, that was easy. You were always a gullible little shit. Well, no need to continue with the charade, as you put it.
So, you think that's the end of it, huh? Okay, have it your way. I was gonna help you out if you'd been straight with me about masquerading as my mom, but...
Huh? Really? Well, actually, I am in a bit of a bind. I really need a little cash. I knew I could count on you to help me out of this mess. I apologize for pretending to be your mom, so please, help me out, would you? Hey, can I call you right now?
No, I would rather stick with texting, if you don't mind.
Huh? I just said it. What about the money? I just told you I was being honest with you.
Oh boy. You never learn, do you? You're really desperate, aren't you? I never expected my ex-wife, who I hadn't seen in 5 years, would have the gall to contact me and try to swindle money out of me. To be honest, I was totally taken by surprise. And to think that at first, I believed her when she first called. After how she treated me, I'm losing my touch. But I wanted to see my mom while I was still alive. So I guess I was hoping against hope, I suppose. But when my lawyer contacted me to inform me that my mother had passed away, everything became clear to me. I realized I was being swindled again by my ex-wife. I hired a private investigator to check up on my ex-wife. It's true that she was working as a nurse at some hospital, but there was nobody at her place of work that had my mother's name. That part was all made up. As for Pam, she cheated on her current husband, who hired a lawyer to demand compensation from her. On top of that, she was heavily in debt. I immediately blocked Pam and my fake mom from my Line app. I guess she didn't have enough to pay for a third phone. But the fact remains that she tried to con me out of my money. So I talked to the police about the situation, but no charges were brought. I was shocked by my mother's death, but because of that, I was saved from being swindled out of money. Maybe it was the last parting gift from my long-lost mother.